Hello, everybody. My name is Zerduku, and welcome to another book time. We're finally reading a book after all this waiting. So I hope you guys are ready, and whatever. We'll just get to it. The hell with it. And you just minimize it.
Hello, everybody. I'm Akari. Or,
Yes, my bookmaster.
yes. Anyways, Captain Pirate Kid. Here we goes. Also, Minnie Mouse ears.
There's no Disney here. Just to
Well,
let you know, Disney.
wow. Yes. But she got a cute little bow. Okay.
Yes, my a mouse is reading my book.
Anyways, at the summit of a mountain here lies a gravestone. The sun is setting, satisfying twilight hour, with the leaves turning color, symbolizing the fall. A teenage girl is walking up the trail of the mountain towards the gravestone with roses in hand. The teenage girl has an orange hoodie with it tied up as a cape going down her back like a scarf. She is wearing black and orange clothes. When she arrives at the gravestone, she sets her roses on the front of the gravestone and sits down on her knees looking at the gravestone. As she looks at the gravestone, she begins to hum a melody. Now, do I really have to do this? Okay, here it goes. Orange like the candles of farewell, where the deep dead say farewell. I am not singing the rest of this,
Why not?
'cause my singing sucks.
It wasn't that bad last time you sang.
Okay. White like the cloud, warriors seek valor. Blue like the land that brings rain to those who need it most. Gold like the fire that brings life to all. Singing the teenage girl in tears. Aw, poor baby. From twilight to the moonlight, whistling off the ocean waters. On the beach of the same island, a group of villagers have gathered onto their beach to celebrate the fall season with music and dance. As everybody was having fun and being merry, they were unaware that a large predator lurking deep below the ocean waters is slithering towards them. Suddenly, a large serpent reveals its head from beneath the waters as it coils its body in a position to strike. The villagers look on in horror as they see the terrifying black serpent with red glowing eyes and the lust to feast upon human flesh. The villagers drop all their personal items onto the sand of the beach as they run away in terror. However, out of the explosion of the sand in front of the villagers stands the teenage girl in her orange hoodie holding a large scythe with the top of the blade designed of a leaf. Oh, I know who this is.
It's not. It's not Judy.
Oh, I was hoping. How dare you!
But you may or may not have heard of this character before.
It's Autumn,
Artemis.
Artemis the Serpent Slayer, said one of the villagers. The villagers got distracted by the Serpent Slayer that they completely forgot about the terrifying beast that was chasing them. As a result, the beast went to strike when the villagers were not paying attention. Suddenly, the teenage girl leaps towards the striking monster and swings her weapon, just barely cutting through the scales of the serpent. The serpent flings back its head in pain as the teenage girl lands on her feet onto the sand. You do know that you could just say Artemis since that's her name.
No, I can't.
Wise.
Dragon Program does not understand that name because I made it up.
O's. Okay.
I know, it's an oof thing.
Oof.
What the fuck was that?
I'm sorry.
That was the weirdest oof I've ever heard. Anyways, continue on.
If you value your life, then you should leave the battlefield, said the serpent slayer to the villagers. The villagers nod their empty heads in agreement as they run as fast as they can towards the village for safety. After the villagers leave the battlefield, the serpent swings its large tail to squash the teenager. But she jumps out of the way and lands on top of the serpent's body, running towards the head of the beast. The serpent slayer jumps towards the head to decapacitate.
Decapitate.
Thank you. But the beast dodges the deadly attack. As a result, the serpent slayer falls onto the water. Assuming that in the water their opponent is vulnerable to attack, the serpent strikes at the teenage girl, but the girl swiftly swings her blade, deflecting the attack, yet again slicing the beast's nose, causing blood to squirt in the air with the beast roaring in pain. As the beast was distracted with pain, the girl quickly swims to shore and runs towards the creature's tail and stabs the beast with her blade, slicing open its scales. As a result, the beast yet again screams in pain as it dives into the ocean, swimming as quickly away as it possibly can to avoid death. After the beast returns to the sea, the teenage girl puts her weapon away and slowly walks home. When the serpent slayer Artemis returns home, she leans her weapon against a wooden pillar in her home and walks over to a picture of her parents. Staring at the picture with sadness and despair, she punches the wall so hard it knocks over some debris off the table.
uh,
Don't worry, mother. I will avenge you soon, said the serpent slayer as she picks up the
just a
picture.
quick little note. Speaking of the name of Autumnus, I did ask my editor to replace a lot of those description words with her name, but he didn't. So I'm sorry there, Akari.
I can replace it by reading it as so.
Really? Would you do
Yes,
that for me?
of course.
Thank you. Give you puppy dog eyes.
Slaps head.
What? Oh.
Picture and holds it against her chest, close to her heart. Do you really think that your mother and father would want you this for your life? Said an older man. Teenage girl quickly drops the picture on the table and turns around to see who said that. Grandfather, when did you
Could
get
you say
here?
that a little louder, please? Because I couldn't even hear it, even without headphones. And that means the audience may not be able to hear. What?
If you don't stop interrupting me, I'm going to find a squirt bottle and spray you.
Then I'll be wet.
Exactly.
Hmm.
Shh.
Okay.
Excuse my brother for interrupting the great book that he has written, even though he's been begging me to read it.
Yes. Anything that you can't hear my sister Akari read, you should be able to see it. Should be able to.
What if they can't read like you?
Yeah, then you might be kind of fucked.
Anywho,
So speak a little bit louder, just a little bit.
I just let myself in. Besides, this is my daughter's house.
I think you might have missed a line or two. Sorry.
No, I did not. I already read that.
Okay.
I can't use that. I'll use this.
That's my fly swatter. Don't even have my own fly swatter. Anyways, let's get back to the book.
Because you are a fly at the moment.
Mm.
Anyway, besides, this is my daughter's house, said the older man. True, but I'm not in the mood for debate, said Artemis as she stands up the picture of her parents on the table. When you're only 8 years old, your father was returning from England, but his ship was destroyed by a giant sea serpent. And that same day, three giant serpents attacked our small island, which ended in death of your mother. Despite all this, vengeance is not the life your father nor your mother would want, explained the old man. Yeah, and do you honestly think that my parents want me to listen to you? You with all your things telling me that I should leave the island. Besides, what do you know? You're just a lazy old man who spouts nonsense, shouted Artemis in tears.
Damn, that's mean.
I'm guessing she's probably a teenager.
She is a teenager, so.
She, oh, wait, duh, teenage girls.
Yeah, itty dum 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 dum. Who the fuck is open my flirp? That face.
Somebody and to me, but not literally. Ugh, my glasses. There we go. I only want what's best for you. You're right, I do not know what it is your parents would want because they're gone now. But it doesn't matter. I cannot watch my granddaughter suffer like this. You need to find a way out of this pain, said the old man. Well, it doesn't matter anyways. You know as well as I do there's no way off this island for me. A young teenager with no influence nor a ship. To be honest with you, if I did have such things, I would use them to eradicate all the giant serpents off the face of the world, said Artemis. The old man looks down to the floor and takes a deep breath and begins to walk outside of the house, closing the door behind him, praying for hope for his granddaughter. Dude, she does pretty well at killing you guys. She's the only one that actually tries. The next morning, with the sun rising over the beautiful blue ocean, with
Sorry.
within the sunlight cast a shadow of a small boat approaching the island, as if heaven was releasing an answer to a prayer of light. Standing above the sail is a young child wearing a pirate outfit.
What?
I was yawning.
Oh.
As the boy looks at the island with courage and valor, the boy had a heart of gold and a sense of courage that could stare the devil in the eye and laugh. The boy has dirty blonde hair, with sprinkles of sand coming out of his hair, glistening from the sunlight. Hmm. The boy has a big scar on the left side of his face, with an eye patch, with the mysterious of the backstory of legend that nobody truly knows, but the whispers of tall tales. That handle of the sword that he has is made of solid gold of destiny. Huh, interesting.
Tilly doesn't know what to say.
As he approaches the island, the sun slowly rises, revealing a blinding light to the island, as if the forces of heaven are approaching with the wishes granted. Wow. Okay. However, none of the villagers noticed the boy approaching on the boat, and when the boy's boat reaches pier, he leaps off the sail and lands directly into the pier. What the heck is a pier?
A pier, it's like It's like you know those wooden bridges where
Oh,
boats dock. It's
oh,
called a pier.
okay,
Yeah.
okay, a dock, basically.
Well, you can call it a dock or you can call it a pier, but it's same thing.
Anywho, then he ties up the boat to the pier so it will not float away. And the boy starts walking into the center of the island with not even the dock supervisor noticing a child passing by and swiftly stealing the silver out of his pocket. How the fuck do you not notice a big ass boat with a child?
Actually, first of all, the boat is small. Second of all, and normally adults don't pay attention to children normally, so that's what I was trying to get at there. And now Tilly's mad.
The adults like you don't pay attention to kids, but people like me, who is their job to watch kids, yes, we notice.
um, yeah,
Especially if they're alone and have nobody to, no parent, no nothing. We're like, where's your parents?
that would be a very interesting moment, actually, especially with this character. But anyways, moving on.
Lord help this guy.
More like Lord help you. But anyways, moving on.
Man.
Water. I hate it when that happens. Wrong pipe.
Karma! Yay!
Depends on what karma's about.
Anywho, when the boy made his way to the center of the island, he walks in a very slow manner, keeping his good eye on one of the merchants selling fruit. When the merchant turns his head, the boy swiftly steals an apple and slips it into his pocket, with, with nobody noticing. Nearby, a group of children are chasing a smaller child in a very aggressive manner. "Give us that coin that you found!" said the larger children as they corner the smaller child and begin to punch the boy. Wow. "Stop! It's mine! I found it!" shouted the smaller child as he was being punched. Stopping the immediate bullying was the sound of a crushing apple inside the human mouth. All the boys stop what they're doing and look behind them to see another boy, and not too far from their age, wearing a pirate outfit. The leader of the bullies looked confused and approached the pirate child with two steps with a stop. "And just what in the world are you supposed to be?" asked the leader of the bullies. "Captain Pirate Kid," responded the pirate kid as he takes another bite of his stolen apple. "Ha ha ha! Boys of our age cannot be real pirates. On top of that, how is your name Pirate Kid?" "That is not even a name," said the leader of the bullies with mocking laughter. At the same time, the other bullies, the other bully kids laughed at the same time with their ridiculous notion.
Yawn.
"Oh, so we're assuming things. Pretty well, I will assume things on you guys," said the pirate kid as he slowly walks over to the bullies one by one. "Let's see here now. We have Codfish Leader number 1 here, and we have another codfish and more codfish following a captain with no map nor sense of direction," said the pirate kid as he points at them one by one, mocking them. All the boys looked confused, a few seconds staring at the pirate kid, not understanding what in the world he just said to them.
You're gonna love this character.
At the same time, the pirate kid turns around and looks down at the smaller child who is all beat up. Ich, you're worse than the typical codfish. You're a doormat that doesn't understand the meaning of self-defense, said the pirate kid. Oof. But,
I was hoping
but,
a better reaction, but
but they're bigger than me, said the small child. Oh, trust me when I say there are much more scarier things on the seven seas than the codfish, said the pirate kid. At that point, all the kids looked confused and did not understand what was going on. After that, the pirate kid swiftly turns around and walks away very strangely. After Captain Pirate Kid leaves the other children behind, he wanders around the town for a little while and sees a building that says the word bank above it. Captain Kid, Pirate Kid, takes one last bite of his apple and he throws it away into the trash. Then the Captain Pirate Kid enters the building, walking around, noticing that there is only two guards inside of the building, and then he walks up to the front desk. "Excuse me, sir," asked Captain Pirate Kid to the front desk banker, who is an old man in his 30s, wearing thick, round glasses, and he is heavy set. "First off, you're almost 30. You're not old, and 30 is not old.
I'm an old man.
I'm in my early 20s, and I'm getting pretty close to being 30.
We're old.
No, we're not. It's just your body feels old.
mm, true.
Anywho's. Yes, the young lad? Asked the banker. That vault behind you. Is it bolted to the ground? Asked Captain Pirate Kid. After Pirate Kid said that to the banker, the, he looked behind him at the steel vault and turned back to the kid. Not really. Besides, there's no reason for it to be bolted to the ground. It weighs more than a ton, explained the banker. A ton, huh? How much wind would it take to blast out of the building? Asked Captain Pirate Kid. That's impossible. It would literally take a tornado to rip the vault out of the building, explained the banker. A tornado, eh? Thank you for the information, sir. You have been extremely helpful, said Captain Pirate Kid as he turns around and walks towards the center of the bank. You're welcome, lad, said the banker with a confused look on his face as Captain Pirate Kid walks away. When Captain Pirate Kid gets into the center of the building, he swiftly turns his body around very quickly, and a massive gust of wind blows the guards out of the windows and onto the concrete outside path. As the banker begins to panic and cower behind the desk, Captain Pirate Kid turns his body around again, and a tornado comes through the building and lifts up the giant vault and tears it out of the building, with the banker flying up into the air, gets caught by a flagpole, and saved by dumb luck. Immediately, the tornado fades, and the giant metal box tumbles down and almost lands on a street of civilians. At the same time, they panic and scatter away. And just before the vault hits the ground, a small tornado sends it flying through the air about 42 feet into the air into the arc over the buildings. Captain Pirate Kid is following the large steel box and keeps casting his tornado spell, causing the box to leapfrog its way towards the ocean. When Captain Pirate Kid is nearly to his destination, suddenly the serpent slayer appears, and Lear leaps towards the metal box and slams it with her blade. As a result, the metal box is forced down onto the ground. Captain Pirate Kid lands in front of the location of the metal box and sees before him the serpent slayer. Oh, squid piss!
Oh, squid piss.
Oh, oh, squid piss, said Captain Pirate Kid. Who are you and what are you doing? Shouted Artemis with her weapon drawn. Just a noble pirate looking for his payday, miss, said Captain Pirate Kid as he draws his weapon and takes a polite bow. While you're causing a ruckus, son, I have to ask you to leave, shouted Artemis with anger in her voice. Well, if you want me to leave, then you just get out of my way, explained Captain Pirate Kid. If you want me to move, then you're going to have to make me, shouted Artemis as she swings her blade at Captain Pirate Kid, but he responds with a block. Sorry, my lady, but in battle, gender does not matter, said Captain Pirate Kid as he swiftly ducks out of their sight and trips the serpent slayer onto her back. Artemis swiftly rolls back onto her feet and looks at the Pirate Kid with an angry face. Ooh, you just pissed her off. Artemis runs towards the Pirate Kid and swings her blade again, but all of a sudden the Pirate Kid disappears from her sight again. Artemis was confused, looked to the left and to the right. I think I can see my ship from here, said Captain the Pirate Kid, standing on top of the serpent slayer's blade. Ooh.
And I was just mocking her. Wow.
Get off my scythe! said Artemis as she swings her blade back and forth, trying to get him off the blade. Just before Artemis swings her blade to get him off, he jumps off and puts his sword to Artemis's neck. I'm afraid you might have lost this battle, pretty miss, said Pirate Kid. Pirate Kid said that to Artemis, blushed a little bit, and looked at the Pirate Kid. Oh, yeah. Stop playing with my head, shouted Artemis as she swings her blade at the Pirate Kid, but he swiftly dodges the attack, and as a result, the blade impales the concrete. After the Pirate Kid shrugs his shoulders, both Artemis and the Pirate Kid hear something large rise from the ocean, causing the villagers to scream in terror. Pirate Kid and the Serpent Slayer see that the giant black serpent with its large red eyes has returned to the island.
Bing!
I don't got time for you, said Artemis as she pulls the blade out of the concrete and runs bravely towards the terrifying serpent attacking the island. As the serpent slithers its way into the town, it sees a group of villagers running away, and after that, the beast coils its head backwards, ready to devour the villagers. However, as soon as the beast prepares to attack, the creature is interrupted with a swift strike to the nose, and the creature coils back its head in pain. Do you remember me, foul beast? Time for me to finish what I started, shouted Artemis. The beast growls back as a response and swings its massive tail at Artemis, but it was interrupted by a sharp gust of wind, slicing open the bottom part of its tail. Excuse me. Jeez, excuse me. Sorry for the burps. The serpent
You're big. Ghastly.
shakes head. The Artemis sees before her Captain Pirate Kid has joined the battle. It seems this town might need some help, said the Pirate Kid. I didn't ask for your help, shouted Artemis as she jumps on top of the serpent's tail and runs towards the beast, and then jumps towards the beast's head, ready to decapitate its head. But yet again it dodged and responded with a slap of its large tail, hitting the girl out of the air and goes flying towards a building. But she was stopped in midair and landed on the ground by a gust of wind. What are you saying? Said the Pirate Kid as a response. Girl rolls her eyes.
Oh, oh, that's wrong. It's supposed to be like, what were you saying?
Oh,
Yeah, kind of like a sarcastic thing.
what were you saying? Said the Pirate Kid. As a response, Artemis rolls her eyes. The beast strikes at the Pirate Kid, but he uses a gust of wind to advance his dodge, and yet again uses his power to advance his jump and lands right next to the Artemis. Come on, let's get him together! Shouted the Pirate Kid. Without hesitation, Artemis follows his lead, and both of them are running towards the beast. The serpent swings its tail, and both Artemis and the pirate kid easily dodge the attack, and they land on top of the serpent's tail again. Artemis runs towards the serpent's head, yet again jumps to decapitate it, but the pirate kid jumps behind the beast's head and slices the back of its neck, preventing it from dodging. And then Artemis finishes it off by decapitating the beast, slaying the serpent for good.
Decapitation! What was that for? It was a running gag!
I didn't boop, I slapped you.
Why did you slap me?
Because you deserved it.
It was a running gag!
See what I have to put up with? Anywho's, after that, a silence falls upon the island, with the village slowly walking outside the doors to see if it's safe. Within the clearing smoke caused by the battle, they can see that the serpent slayer is victorious over the beast. As a result, the villagers cheered and clapped. Artemis looks at the village for a few moments and puts her blade back and looks to see that the pirate kid was gone. Wondering where he went, she looked around and heard a voice not too far from her, from one of the villagers. "The vault is empty!" shouted the banker, standing next to the vault that is now laying flat on the ground, as if it was taken out of the hole and pried open by force of nature, and then somebody stole the gold. "Oh, that little—" "Never mind," said Artemis. Artemis believes that as long as the villagers live to fight another day, the gold does not matter. So as a result, Artemis leaves and makes her way back to her parents' gravesite. A minute later, the teenage girl arrives at her parents' gravesite, and she kneels down and puts her weapon in front of her. "I did it, father. I yet again avenged her death by killing another of those fallow beasts," said Artemis with a low, sad voice. "That is not how the dead should be treated," said a familiar voice behind Artemis. Artemis stands up and sees the pirate kid. "What do you know? You're just a filthy thief. How could you possibly understand what the dead want or how departed be treated?" shouted Artemis in tears. "Nonsense!" shouted Artemis in tears, but before she could say anything else, the pirate kid hugs her. "Oh, you're so cute. Someone told me that the best cure for pain to the heart is a hug with care," said the pirate kid. Artemis was in shock and was not able to respond at first, but she slowly gave in and hugged him back. To be continued. Oh, you're so cute.
So, what'd you think of that one there, Akari?
It was good.
Alrighty.
Hang on. Hang on.
Please like and subscribe, and this is Zerduku and Akari signing out!